Hey, what's up, guys? Sebastian Castillo here. Just hopped out of not the shower, but I was taking a bath with some magnesium salts I bought in Jordan. Really relaxing. Highly recommended you do that at least once a week to just relax and kind of give your muscles some relief. But I'm here in Canada, just spending Christmas time with family, and check out this view. Check out this view. Now, unfortunately, this is about one of the only redeeming qualities that this country has at this point. I wish I were joking. This video is just in response to something I was just listening to about how you see more and more of these videos popping up, like the one I made 3 years ago, talking about why I left this country permanently. And I was just listening to the two guys talking, and the one guy saying, oh yeah, my long-term plan is to get out in 2 to 5 years. And I'm just shaking my head. I'm thinking, man, even now, it's already too late for a lot of people. Like you're late to the party, right? Even I was kind of late, but at least I took action. Thankfully, because of, it's kind of a blessing in disguise. I didn't have too much going for me at the time. But then that means I didn't have anything to lose by packing my bags and getting on a plane. And now, fast forward just slightly over 3 years, I'm in a great position. I'm making money online, achieved, the very first steps of a grand vision I've had for myself. As you guys know, I was just vacationing in the Middle East, just having the time of my life. And now I'm here. I have the option to finally spend Christmas with my family, which is something I haven't done in years. But overall, and I was reading through the comments of this video as well, people are agreeing, right? Oh yeah, this country isn't what it used to be. Taxes, corruption, crime, failure of multiculturalism, Marxism, and wokeism, all of this stuff that we're all very well aware of. But most people do not have the cojones or the balls to actually take some real action here. I mean, some did when they had this trucker protest, but I'm talking about, put your money where your mouth is and actually packing your bags and going somewhere else. Most people can't do this. They don't have the capacity for it. They don't have the financial means, first and foremost, and then they don't have the resourcefulness to, do some research, look at other places they can go, figure out how to make an income, which, from my personal experience, I know it's not that easy, but it is doable. And this is not just regarding this one topic. You can apply this to a lot of different things, right? I was reading one comment where I assume it was an older person. He's saying, oh yeah, we're a six-figure family. We're six-figure earners, my wife and I, and we were always broke. We didn't have even $500 to cover us in an emergency. And now we're finally getting things together. For the last 5 years, we're really frugal and started saving up money, paying off debt. I'm like, to each their own. Everyone has their own path in life to walk. But if you're young, you really have to look at what older people are doing with a critical eye and say, okay, that's not what they were doing is not smart. You don't want to be 40, 45, 50 to finally get your finances together. And I've made videos about this before. There's so many resources out there and so much opportunity with the internet as a young person. You can get your finances in order at 20, at 25, at 30. You don't want to wait that long until, you're like a frog in a pot of boiling water. And only then are you just noticing it. Last thing I'll say, I don't want to drag this on too much. In this video I saw, the one guy was saying, oh yeah, when the trucker protest happened in I think it was January 2022. I wasn't here, I don't know for sure. Um, that really opened my eyes, and I think it opened a lot of people's eyes to see the corruption and stuff. And again, I'm thinking, if that is what it took to open your eyes and have you be aware of what's going on, then it's already a little bit too late, right? You should have been paying attention way, way before this. Again, not tooting my own horn, but after having spent 5 years in China and seeing how things change so rapidly, and then intermittently coming back here and comparing the general societal outlook, the economy, everything, I was getting a rare outside perspective on something that most people just take, when people are just living here every day, working, going out to the bar, having some drinks, watching the game. They're not they're like the frogs in boiling water. They don't know what's going on. They don't see it. But I started to see it. That's why I started taking action. I was hell bent on getting out and figuring out how to make money on the internet. Because let's be real, it's very hard to do any of this stuff if you don't have the capital, the funds to make it happen. And I made it happen. So let this be a PSA to everyone out there. If you've already left, if you're already doing your thing online, then hats off to you. You're one of the smart ones. If you're still on the fence, and you're thinking, oh, I'll give it, 2 years. I still think we can fight and defend this. These are our values. This is our country. It's done. It's done. Maybe in 10 years, 15 years, things might change for the better. But for the time being, especially if you're young, you don't want to waste your best years having to deal with all of this mess that has nothing to do with you, that has been created by all these selfish, greedy people who came before you, right? I don't like to rag on this, because this is the country I was born in. But and there's a lot to admire. Again, these houses are gorgeous. This view is beautiful. It's nice to be in a place where things are clean and aesthetic. The air is pure. But beyond that, right? One of the other huge issues that I don't think a lot of these guys are covering, because they want to stay more on the political, economic side of things, is the social aspect, right? Dating, right? This town that I'm in has a population of less than 100,000 people. And for the most part, when you're out and about, you don't see that many young people. And if you do, most of them are just cookie cutter carbon copies of each other that just they go out ATVing and fishing and drinking, and they go to the pot shop every week. There's nothing. And to top it all off, most of them are following this woke ideology. The women are just not in great shape. And yet they still have guys chasing after them because they ain't got nothing else, right? There's really no other better options. If you do see a woman out here who's young, who's slim, who takes care of herself, and who doesn't indulge in destructive habits and actually has a good head on her shoulders, she's getting scooped up really, really quickly. Not to say it's impossible. Anything is possible, especially if you've got your head on straight and you've got things going for you. But it just is what it is. It's not a place that I would recommend any young people to stay in, especially when you have the options now to do something different. So be resourceful. See what else is out there. Don't take my word for it. If you really like living here, if you're okay with everything that's going on, then do whatever you want. But I put my money where my mouth is, for real. I took action. People can say, oh, you're complaining. I don't complain. I took action. I have nothing to do with this. I'm leaving in 3 weeks, and I'm going back to my new home, or my ancestral home, if you want to put it that way. So that's how it is. I hope this video finds y'all well. You have a good Christmas, Happy New Year, and good start to 2024. Peace.